All right, guys. How you guys doing? Bill Feggins at Bill Feggins Academy and CEO Retire EDU Connect. We're bringing you guys a great training today, and this will be available on YouTube, so you guys can like, click, share that notification button and subscribe. Also, the contact websites and information will also be in the description of the YouTube page, so you guys can go to secure.transamerica.com and contact numbers that you need to call or help with illustrations or any other type of support will also be in that description. So I want to go ahead and roll out our regional vice president, Scott Grody. Scott, you can take it from here. We'll go through back and forth, guys, of how to go in your back office and also how to quote, illustrate, and some basic application training.
Cool. Awesome. Appreciate that, Bill. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. My name is Scott Grody. I am the RVP or wholesaler here to support you all. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys. I'm excited for today because we're gonna wing it today. We're not gonna do a compliance approved presentation today. We are gonna just kind of go through and give you guys some good information on the agent portal, some product stuff. We'll talk about quoting and the applications as well. Before I do that, I'm trying to get there we go, my contact information in the chat for you all. I think it's important, when you're working with insurance companies that you have somebody to go to when you need them. And we don't want to hide from you guys. You have a team behind you here to support you all. So you see my direct phone number. That's my cell phone number. Feel free to call me, text me, page me, email me if you'd like, and happy to help out. I also put on there my two internal partners, Chris and Jason. They both work out of our Denver office. They're available 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and they are a wealth of knowledge. So if you guys need anything and I'm not readily available, call them next, and they should pick up and help you out. The other number you'll see on there, the first one you'll see is for Express. So if you guys are writing the FE Express, which we'll touch on today, or the new FFIE 2 Express, and you need any support with like resetting an application or fixing something, feel free to call that 800 number first. Those guys are the ones that are going to be able to fix things for you as quickly as possible. So make sure you save that. That way, again, if you guys need help with any of the Express applications or policies, those are the folks to reach out to. Cool. With that, Bill is already sharing his screen here. And let's just kind of give you guys a quick overview of what we're looking at. So this is your agent portal. Hopefully you guys have all been here and registered before. If you have not, you have to have an agent ID number and be appointed with Transamerica to have access to this. Once you get access, right, you would go to secure.transamerica.com. You can see at the top of the screen, secure.transamerica.com. This is your homepage for your agent portal. This is what you need to have to be successful with Transamerica, okay? Writing applications, pulling forms, doing illustrations, anything you need really to be successful with Transamerica is in this portal, okay? So you log in, you can see in the top left quadrant, and we call these little things tiles, right? So download sales literature. If you need any product material for any of the products that you're selling, you want to have consumer material, you can download it there. Life Illustrator. Oh, yeah, feel free to click on it. So from here, Bill, feel free to go back to that. You can just take a quick peek at it. Yeah, so at the top, there's a search catalog. So if you want, as an example, you're looking at final expense, you could hypothetically, you could put in FE Express, and it should populate and pull up all the material for the FE Express product. You just go down and find what you're looking for through there. We have different languages available and a lot of our product material as well. So if you're looking for Spanish or Chinese, I think we have like 5 different languages now. You can pull all of that information and marketing material through this little window here. All right, go back to that homepage, Bill. So that's again where you kind of pull all of that marketing material and literature. The next tile over is the Life Illustrator. Let's not click on that yet, but we'll just kind of give you a rundown. So Life Illustrator is where you're going to go to quote all of our products except for the Express products. Okay, Life Illustrator is for our traditional IULs, our two-term products, Trendsetter Super and Trendsetter LB with the living benefits, our old final expense immediate solution, 10-pay solution, easy solution, and our lifetime whole life. Those are all products that are housed on iGo eApp. Okay, so if you want to quote them, you would go into Transamerica Life Illustrator. That's where you would quote that. For our Express products, which we're going to talk about today, because these are the new hot items, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you're not going to quote those in Life Illustrator. Again, those are all of our kind of fully underwritten in our old final expense products in Life Illustrator. iGo eApp, right? That's where you're going to go to do applications for all of those products I just outlined. So again, lifetime whole life, our two IULs that are fully underwritten, our two term products, Trendsetter Super and Trendsetter LB, and then our immediate solution, 10-pay solution, and easy solution. Bill's showing you if you click on iGo, it'll automatically log you in. You can select your state, you get your product type. It will not allow you to do a product that's not available in a specific state. So for instance, if you wanted to do term insurance, but you had selected New York, it would not pull up that application because it's not available, terms not available in New York. It won't allow you to do anything that is not available to sell, okay? But the iGo eApp, you guys are probably familiar with this one already, pretty standard. You're just going to select your product, hit select on the right. Bill, do you want to run through this iGo at all, or you just want to focus more on the Express stuff?
Say that again, Scott.
Do, we want to focus more on the Express products versus the iGo stuff today, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so that's just a quick overview of where you would go to access again lifetime whole life, two IULs that are fully underwritten, our two term products, and our old final expense. The tile on the left-hand side of the screen now you can see is the FE Express and FFIUL 2 Express online application. You hit that launch button, and from there you can do the quoting, pre-qualification, and do an application. Let's not go there yet, Bill. Forms, this is if you need any additional forms for those fully underwritten products I mentioned, like you need a new EFT form or something like that, you can pull all the forms from that form tile there. Insurance Central, this is a great place where you can go and just get more information about all of our products. So it's got, it's a really nice actually website to do some training for yourself. You can go click on some of the items there and see videos, flyers, marketing material, all through the Insurance Central. Life Access, let's go ahead and go to the Life Access tile. So on the left-hand side there, he's clicking on Transamerica Life Access. This is one that you guys should definitely be familiar with. The Life Access tile is where you would go to view any of your pending business for your term, IUL, lifetime whole life, and old final expense. But more importantly, the Express products we're going to talk about will also be housed here. Where they're going to show up, though, is in that Enforce tab that he's just clicking on. So since the Express products are basically instant issue, they're going right into the Enforce tab. They won't show up in your pending tab, okay? So you're going to that Transamerica Life Access tile. From here, you click on that Enforce tab. And then from there, you would be able to see a list of all of your Express policies that you've written. And you would click on that little ring, actually, and that would show you your book of business, or you can click book of business. And it'll show you each of the policies that you've written. And then from there, you can kind of drill down and see if the premium's been drafted, if there's anything outstanding missing or something. You can really check the status and all the details of those policies in there. Actually, from there as well, you can actually pull a policy PDF. So what you would do is you would click on that Enforce policy ring. You would then click on one of the Express policy numbers. Let's see. Do you have one you want to show? Yeah. So that like that first one there, Annie. If you click on that, Bill, that policy number on the bottom left for Annie Burgess. Now, from here, if you wanted to give your client a policy packet, maybe they said, "Hey, I haven't received one yet from Transamerica," and you just want to handle it real quick. This is the quickest way to get a policy packet to them. If you click on correspondence, the policy PDF is housed right here. So you have to scroll down a bit. So if he ended up clicking view, he doesn't have to, but if he clicked view, that policy packet's right there. This is what the client gets emailed to them. And then if they don't accept that email, we ultimately mail them a hard copy of this 10 days later for the express products. But again, if you guys have a client who wants to get their policy packet and you just want to deliver it to them right away, you're going to go to Life Access. You're going to go to your Enforce tab. You're going to go to that specific policy. And then from there, you're going to click on Correspondence. And then you're going to hit View for that policy packet. And it's going to open up. You can download it as a PDF. You can print it out and deliver it to them. But that's the quickest way to get your client their policy packet, other than us, e-delivering the policy, which happens when we draft the premium. By the way, if anybody has questions throughout this, feel free to ask away. We would love to make this conversational too. There's no dumb questions. So if there's something you're like, what about this? Where do I find this? Let me know, because you're probably not the only one thinking about that too.
Hey, Scott, this is Joe. I got a question.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I was kind of like between listening and not listening, and
I get
if
that a
that
lot.
makes sense. But when you said you want to look at a policy, you said which tab did I hit?
Yeah, no problem. So in this case, we're pretending like the policy has been placed in force, it's been issued, right? The premium has been drafted, and you want to get the policy packet for the client. You're going to go to Life Access, Transamerica Life Access. You see that on the left-hand side of the screen?
Yes.
And then you would go from there to, here, he's going to pull it up. You're going to go to your Enforce tab. If you scroll up a little bit, go to your Enforce tab. And then from there, you're going to go and click on that specific policy that you want to get the policy packet for. So you see the view or the policy number you can click on.
Yeah.
And then from there, you're going to click on correspondence.
Okay, great. Because I think I have I got a client that I have a FE Express policy, and I wanted to know how I could look at it, because I'm going to probably need some information off of it. Also, she's looking at switching that FE Express. She wants to switch it from an FE Express to an Express IUL.
Oh, nice. And now actually clients can have both if they wanted to. That is a possibility. So before that client cancels their coverage, you could get them qualified for the IUL Express. Just as a heads up, Joe. Before a few weeks ago, the application was restricting clients, so they couldn't do more than one policy with us. Now a client can have multiple policies, so they can have multiple final expense expresses, or a mix of a final expense and an IUL Express. That's okay.
So with that being said, Scott, are there still considerations for like a cap on how much coverage an individual can have? So let's say like the 50,000 for final expense.
Mm-hmm.
Do all policies have to stay under 50, a certain amount? Just explain.
They run, yeah, good question. They run completely separate of each other. So there is the let's say $50,000 cap for final expense. So let's say it's a 58-year-old, right? So for final expense, their max coverage is 50,000. They could get multiple policies for final expense up to that, to equal up to that total 50,000 of coverage. Okay. They cannot go over that. So if they try to get a 25,000 and a 40,000, it would limit them to just another 25,000 for a total of 50,000. Now, if they also wanted to get an IUL, we would love these clients. They max out the final expense, but then they also want an IUL. They run completely separate of each other. So you have a max of 50,000 for final expense, and for the IUL, age dependent, they have a max of 500,000 on the IUL.
Thank you for that explanation.
Yeah.
In a different space, I had been misguided to believe that if a person has a final expense, or maybe that's a guaranteed issue, but if they had a guaranteed issue that was the only insurance that they could get qualified for. I'm not sure if that was the same conversation about final expense, but apparently that's not the case.
I think when I hear guaranteed issue, generally folks go to a guaranteed issue product because they can't qualify for anything else, like medically, So maybe that's what somebody was mentioning or thinking about when they said something like that. But the technical, like final expense, yeah, they run completely separate. So if they qualify medically, we'll take it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
How you doing? This is Paul Brunson. I got on a few minutes later. If somebody, I got two questions. What's the most somebody can get for a whole life product? Not final expense, but just a whole life product.
Yeah, we have a traditional whole life. It's called the lifetime whole life, and it goes up to $2 million in coverage.
I'm sorry, it's called Lifetime.
Lifetime whole life. Yep.
And where will I access that from?
Yeah, so you would, Bill, if you don't mind scrolling up, you can click on the Life Illustrator launch button.
Okay, Transamerica Life Illustrator.
Yeah. Oh, it's making them log back in because we've been in here so long. So what for you, you would, you'd ought to be logged in. You click on that, and then from there, the product or the website defaults to the FFIUL. So just know you would just change the product in the top left corner of the screen to lifetime whole life, and then simply put in the age, gender, risk class you're looking to quote for the client. And that would be where you would quote the lifetime whole life product is through that Transamerica Life Illustrator tool. To run the application, it would be an IGO e-app.
Okay, the application will go IGO.
Yeah, so the quote tool is, Bill, if you wouldn't mind going back to that homepage. So the quote tool is that one in the middle there, Transamerica Life Illustrator. And then you run that quote, and then to the right of that was the IGO e-app, and that's just where you would do the lifetime whole life application.
Okay, and up to what amount? Up to what amount is it not fully underwritten, or is the whole thing fully underwritten?
Yeah, let me ask you this: do you know how old your client is, and kind of or roughly how old they are, and what kind of coverage they're looking for?
Yeah, I have one that's looking. Well, I know the one for $1 million. That's going to be fully underwritten, but he wants 100,000 for his wife whole life.
100,000, and I'm sorry, how old are they?
She's about 39.
Yeah, that'll be non-med. So we could do here, maybe. Bill, am I able to share my screen? Yeah, let me share my screen just for a second here, and I'll show you in the guide. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can see like up to age 65, we can go up to $499, $1 shy of 500,000 without doing vitals and blood.
Up to $499.
Yeah, $499. If you do 500,000, it's gonna push it to tele interview and vitals and exam essentially.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, he just wants 100,000 for
cool.
his wife.
Yeah, that should be just fine. Non-medical.
You can share the screen, Scott, if you wanted to. I made
What's
you the
that?
host for I made you the host for a second. You can share it if you wanted to share your
Oh
screen.
yeah. I think were you guys not seeing my screen?
No.
Oh, oh shoot. I thought I was, sorry. Let's try, maybe I'll try that again. Give me a thumbs up, anybody, if you're able to see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see that, Paul?
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it.
Okay. All right, cool.
You were
Yes.
sharing.
Yeah, okay. And I can send you that too, Paul. I can send that guide to you. Or actually, let me do you one better. Let me just put it in the chat for you real quick, so you have that. There's the agent guide for the lifetime whole life. I just put in the chat for you, so you can see all those limitations and specifics.
Okay.
Bill, scroll down a little further, if you wouldn't mind. So one other thing I want to point out, so we did Transamerica Life Access, which I think is really important for you guys to know and get familiar with. But I also think Agent Net Info is another one that we should look at. Agent Net Info, ANI, you're going to go to, this is one of our old, we call it like a legacy website. We've had it for years and years. We're slowly transitioning away from it, so everything will be in your homepage for your secure.transamerica website. But for right now, there's just so much data that they haven't been able to transfer over yet. It still is in Agent Net Info, so that's still around.
Sorry.
You're good.
This is my personal one, guys. So if I went to Agent Net Info, I have to do it from my corporation.
Okay.
And then I can go in there and I can see my commissions and everything else. So
yeah,
you won't see it on my personal. This is William Feggins, so I can write an application. But on my Divine Insurance Group, I can click on Agent Net Info. I've been using this for 15 years, Agent Net Info. Yeah. So I can go in there and I can check my downline. I can check the commissions. I can check hierarchies. I can check almost everything. So I'm just
production tracking, all the stuff. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff on Agent Net Info. I think, for your commissions, it's an important one for sure to quickly take a look at. So yeah, if you guys have time later, click on that Agent Net Info tile there and then mess around. There's a bunch of options on the left side of the screen. Definitely check out commissions, check out your production tracking, and just you can familiarize yourself with all that stuff so that if you ever have questions, and rather than having to call into contract licensing or commissions, you can quickly pull it up on your end and save yourself the hassle of calling in.
Yeah. I go there every week. I mean, guys, it's like the number 2 thing you go to. Check your commissions, check everything, because you want to know what you got paid. That's where I go to. It's a full breakdown of financials, your whole year commissions, renewals, everything is on there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and go into that FE Express and FFIUL 2 Express. So this is again, the new products that we have, right? The FE Express is the product that we launched at the end of last year. It's been about a year since it's been live. It's been a game-changing final expense product. It is incredible how quick and easy it is to get somebody approved and how quickly you guys get paid. We pay commissions on that within about 48 hours. So really, really fast. And then along with that, we also have a new product called the FFIUL 2 Express, and that's going to be on the same platform as the Final Expense FE Express. We moved it away from iGo into a new platform that was created for us by a tech company, and it is just so user-friendly. If you're in person, the signature process is as simple as clicking in a blue box to sign for the application. If you're doing it virtually, it's a text pin. So your client will receive a text message or an email. And in that text message or email is a 6-digit PIN code. All they're doing is reading that back to you over the phone. You input that into the application on your end, and that's the signature for the client. It's extremely easy to sign virtually now. So we're seeing a lot of just incredible sales with both products. I think that the IUL obviously more moving parts with that one, and definitely, a product that folks need to become a little bit more familiar with before, going all in.
Question, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Laura.
So I got stuck yesterday doing an app.
Oh no.
And yes. So now you just explained it. So when I sent it off to the client, I thought it was sending it off for a signature.
Okay.
But what you're saying is I sent it off and then I got the code. Things weren't going well. Then I got the code and it was just all jacked up. So I had to, so I got ineligible. So I did call this morning. They said I have to redo the application, but really I'm not, she.
Laura, I lost you there.
I think we lost you. Scott, can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen too?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to know. Thank you. Okay.
Yep. Maybe we give Laura a second to see if she.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, which part did? Okay.
So let me just see if I have it correct. You sent it off for a signature and it didn't come through quickly, or and then you
no, it didn't. But I didn't put the code in until afterward. Like it took me a while to figure out I needed to put the code in before I did it ass backwards, I guess.
Okay. All right.
But
yeah,
it wound up not going through but when I'm hearing you talking now, is an actual signature required or they're just going over the documents and then that code lets is
No,
just
yeah,
what
let me just show you real quick what the flow is supposed to look like. I'm going to share my screen again.
Okay.
And I'll show you guys. This is kind of what the app flow or the virtual signature process looks like. This is what the flow is supposed to look like. So you get to the point where the clients put in their personal information, they've answered their health and lifestyle questions. Now we're ready to sign the application. Client's going to sign and then you're going to sign. If you're doing it virtually, right? Excuse me. If you're doing it in person, they're clicking the blue box. That's it. And then you click the blue box, they get approved, you move forward. If you're doing a virtual sale, this screen's going to come up here. So you're going to see next step. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you get the option to do either an email or a text message signature option.
Correct.
Right. So you're going to select which one they want to do. The client's going to receive this text message. It's going to have like 3 parts to it. In the text message, there's this link here. They do not have to click this link. The only reason why they would want to click this link is if they want to actually view each of the forms in the application. If they want to do that, they click the link and then they're forced to put in their date of birth and last 4 of their social, hit continue, and then their forms are all listed so they can quickly see those.
Okay.
Now let me back up. So if, again, the client does not have to do this part, all the client has to do for you guys to move forward in the application is give you the 6-digit PIN code, right? So at the bottom of that text message, they'll have this PIN code here. It says PIN code, and then they just give you that 6-digit PIN code. You're going to input it into the application like this, confirm you agree and you read the script to the client, and you're going to sign for the client by clicking that box with the PIN code in there.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Does that make sense? Does that help a little bit?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty slick. Again, this part right here does not have to happen, but if the client chooses to, they can they can view their documents. Again, if they want to view their documents, they have to click that link, put the last 4 of their social in and their date of birth. They'll have the PIN code on the screen for them still on that page. But again, in the text message, you're just looking for that PIN code, and then you can move forward to get that signature completed. All right, cool. I'm going to stop sharing. We'll go back to Bill's screen. Is Bill? Oh, Bill, can you pull your view up again? There we go. I can see it now. Okay, so what Bill went to, we're going to dive into and kind of see what it looks like to start, at least start an application or get a quote for the Express product. So from your homepage, right, secure.transamerica.com, he clicked on FE Express and FFIUL2 Express application. I think it says, yeah, online application. There you go. Thank you. And then it took him to this page. Now, if you guys have any cases that you've submitted in like the last 30 days, they'll be listed below. But from here, you can start a new application, pre-qualify it, or get a quote for the FE Express product. So the FE Express product is the only one that you can pre-qualify somebody for. Pre-qualification is as simple as and as good as the information you're putting into it, meaning we're not actually running the MIB or the script check. It's just, hey, do they have diabetes? Do they have where they have been hospitalized in the last 12 months? You're going to check all the stuff that comes up, and it's going to recommend whether or not they would be approved. Now, again, it's not pulling a script check. It's not pulling MIB. This is just to see if like a client says, hey, I have multiple things, and you want to quickly see if they might qualify for the product. Again, you don't have to do this. You can go right into the application if you want, or you can get a quote. Why don't we start with get a quote, Bill? So get a quote. Now you have a product option here to do the FE Express, the IUL Express, and the Juvenile IUL Express. So the Juvenile IUL Express went live just a couple weeks ago. It is available for juveniles ages 15 days old up to age 17. Why don't we just quote the FE Express product real quick?
Say that one more time, Scott.
Let's quote the FE Express. You can just put in a date of birth or just quickly see how easy this can be. The FE Express product is available for ages 18 to 85. Right, so that's going to give you the monthly rate. If you wanted to, don't do this, Bill, but if you wanted to, you could go and hit start application. It'll transfer this information into the application for you, so you don't have to redo it, right? Let's go back and you want to try to quote the IUL and see what that looks like here? Cool. So what Bill just did, just basic information that's going to get us started, right? Gender, date of birth. Now, what we're seeing on the screen here is what we call 3 one-click easy solves. So we have on the left, it defaults to maximize protection. The middle one is target solve, and the right side one is maximize cash value. So maximize protection on the left-hand side is going to be your more of a minimal funding IUL, right? You're not overfunding it at all. It's not actually the lowest they can possibly fund it, but it is definitely lower than target, right? Target funding is going to be a little bit overfunded to build up a little bit more cash value in the policy and secure it for that longevity of it and peace of mind. Maximize cash values for that client who wants to really put in more money and overfund the policy so that they build up cash quickly. And then hopefully later in life, they have the opportunity to pull money out of that policy tax-free and use it how they like. So that's kind of the breakdown of the 3. Target solve, again, I think it's probably one that is used the most. It's going to be, again, a little bit overfunded. So there's kind of that peace of mind for the client that policy is going to be around, right? Within an IUL, as we know, there's a minimum a client can pay, a maximum they can pay, and really anywhere in between, right? We just make it simple with 3 one-click easy solves, so it calculates it all for you. So why don't we just keep it on target solve? you're choosing a monthly premium, it looks like. And then on the left side of the screen, what he's done is chose the face amount. So we're going to solve for the face amount, and it's going to tell, and he's going to plug in the premium, right? So it's going to target solve that way. What a lot of people do is what it kind of defaults to. Click on the solve for premium, if you wouldn't mind, Bill. So solve for premium is going to do this. So it's going to say, I want $250,000 of coverage, and I'm doing a target premium. Show me what that target premium costs to get $250,000 of coverage. Now that slide bar there that he's kind of hovering right in the middle of the screen, I guess that was my mouse. I thought he was hovering. If you slide that, it'll adjust the face amount right then and there. So you can do a slide, or you can, delete the face amount in the top right and, plug in whatever face amount you want in between 50,000 and 500,000. Cool. So pretty basic so far. The advanced options down below. So if you click customize down the right-hand side, Bill, you have the option to either pay monthly or annually with this product, monthly or annually. Premium durations, it defaults to lifetime pay, but if you want to see what it's like to pay to age 65, it'll calculate that for you. If you want to customize, if you click that down arrow again, Bill, you can actually customize it to do even shorter pays if you want. You could enter an age or policy year, and it would calculate what the premium is required to run the policy, or to pay the policy for, to age 60, for instance, and then run to age 121. So you can customize the payment years. Now, what do we have here? Income, yeah, you can show income or not. Let's go to the death benefit option. So death benefit, you hit that drop down, let's just take a look at those. So it's on graded right now. Graded it's actually our #1 selected death benefit option. What it is, it's not graded like final expense. What it is it's graded as it starts out increasing. Option 2, it goes increasing up to age 70. At age 70, it actually kind of levels off and actually declines a little bit, because really at age 70, cost of insurance is going to start going up exponentially from those years on, right? And so to reduce the costs of the policy, the system of the product actually increases to age 70, and then again kind of like levels off to reduce the cost of the policy, so it doesn't continue to try to get a higher face amount and cost, eat up the cash value and cost of insurance going up and up. So it automatically does that at age 70. The client does not have to call in to make that happen. That's the beauty of it. It's just like a set it and forget it, right? And it's going to increase age 70 and then level off. If you hit the drop down, you'll see the other options are level or increasing. These can be changed anytime throughout the life of the policy. So if a client just starts out at level premium, but they decide, hey, I want to change this, I want to go increasing or level death benefit, I want to change it to increasing to get more death benefit, they could actually go into their portal and make that change, or call into the 800 number and change it to increasing at any time. So if they started out increasing and they decided, no, I want it to be level, I got my death benefit up as high as I want it, they can call in or go into their portal and make that change to switch the death benefit from increasing to level at any point. The other option there, Bill, is optimal switch. We don't talk about this one a ton. Optimal switch is really used for the situations where a client is max funding a policy, and maybe age 70 isn't the best time to take it from increasing to level. The system will calculate the most optimal year to switch the death benefit from increasing to level. So in a case where you have a client who wants to max fund a policy, you're doing that maximize cash option for the single click, and then you're choosing optimal switch. It's going to start out increasing, and then it's going to figure out what the best year is to switch it to level to reduce the costs and run that policy for life. And that's what you would use that one for. But the main ones that people use are the graded option and level. Those are the main two. So, if it's just a death benefit play, meaning I just want a flexible premium permanent life insurance policy that's not whole life and it costs an arm and a leg, this is an option for them where they can get a level death benefit at a lower cost than traditional whole life. All right, premium allocations. Yeah, we can just leave it on. Let's leave it on level. And then does it give us an option here to change that premium allocation? I can't see it on the screen.
No, it doesn't.
Huh. Bill, on your screen, do you see anything on the right-hand side? Like, do you see the outputs?
Oh,
no?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. What happens if you hit that edit configuration button at the bottom?
That's when it's going to go, let's see. Let's scroll down.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay, so this is the output at the bottom here, right? So you can see, as we're making adjustments up top, what we couldn't see was this down below here is the outputs of how everything's being affected. So if you change it from target premium to minimum premium, it would have changed, that monthly plan period from 367 to a lower premium. So you can see real time as you make adjustments to the items above that we were clicking on. Down below here, you would see these numbers all shift a bit to reflect what you've been selecting. I wonder if, Bill, let's see if we can go back to the application. Do you want to see if we can start one and see what that looks like? So again, this is start application. You're going to select your state. It's going to input the producer number. You're going to select your product. Is it in person or virtual? So you can see the interface on this application. If you haven't seen this before, the interface is much different than most carriers out there. It's pretty user-friendly. It's very easy to look at and hard to miss things, really. It's tough to mess up. Even with iGo, what we found is there's just stuff that they have in there that is easily overlooked. And then you're going, why is this thing not submitting? I've got to go back and click a box somewhere. This application, guys, if you haven't done one before, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised to know how simple it is to complete.
Scott, with the illustrations for the IUL, the Express, you can't do the illustrations in the Transamerica Illustrator. You have to do it on this link. Okay, gotcha.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So, what we did with this product, this Express product, we took our original IUL, the FF IUL 2, and we made it simplified issue underwriting with different little limitations. So the $50,000 minimum and $500,000 maximum coverage. That's not the case in our fully underwritten IUL, but it allows us to do this lightning fast underwriting and bind coverage immediately, right? But it's basically the same product. So, to give you an idea, we have, I think, 5 different index accounts available on this product. It defaults to what we call the balanced uncapped index account. And that's on our other IUL, our fully underwritten IUL. It's a newer account that we launched earlier this year. It's unlike any other in the industry in that when you hear uncapped index, you kind of red flags should go off saying, oh, it sounds too good to be true. Because as far as I'm aware, most of them are heavily weighted in volatility control. And what we did is we flipped it upside down. So ours is guaranteed 2/3 weighted in equities. So you have more upside potential, and only a third weighted, max third weighted in bonds, that volatility control, right? So because we did this, if you took that balanced uncapped index account and plugged it into the markets, it would have actually returned over 10% on the 20-year look back. So they have, computers that run all these calculations. They take that index account based off of how, the participation rate and the uncapped and the floor of, 0.75%. And they run it back 20 years and it would have performed, I think it's 10.46%. That is extremely high for an IUL, right? And we illustrate 7.25%, which is still really high. But the products, it performs. It is a no smoke and mirrors. We don't play games with multipliers and confusing calculations. It's a pretty straightforward illustration product. And I think we stand behind it, and I say that because Forbes did a review of the top 30 IUL carriers and reviewed illustrations that policies were sold on and where the policy was at as far as actual performance. And they rated Transamerica's illustration one of the most reliable illustrations in the industry. This is a couple of years ago, but we're not trying to overpromise and underdeliver on our IULs. We don't want clients coming back upset that the product's not performing, right? So we basically took, again, that fully underwritten product that's been the #1 selling IUL for the 3 years running, and we basically turned it into simplified issue underwriting. So in the background, what you guys have been seeing is Bill's filling out this application as if we've got a John Doe here. What's going to happen is, again, the flow is just like the FE Express. It's personal information. Client answers the health and lifestyle questions. The client signs the application, either in person or virtually. You sign the app, and then boom, they get approved within seconds. After that approval with the IUL, you're going to do the illustration, right? So you're going to do one of those 3 one-click easy solves. You're going to determine what face amount and premium they're paying. Basically lock in that coverage, right? You're going to solidify that illustration, and then you're going to move forward into the beneficiary and banking info. So you're getting the approval before the client even put in beneficiary and banking info, right? Now, as far as underwriting goes, it's, we like to say with this product, we're looking at risk classes of standard or better. Standard or better. The reality is people who are standard are actually getting a discount because the rates, the COIs on this are actually built around preferred risk class. So it's like, as far as that's concerned, it's really competitive, right? So standard or better for risk class. If you have somebody you think might be table rated, probably not going to get approved with this product. It's not a final expense alternative.
And the underwriting guidelines are the same for the Express as they are for the traditional.
They're going to be a little different. They're going to be a little tighter.
A little tighter for the Express.
For the Express, yep. Yeah, I'll put in the chat here for you guys. I'll put in the agent guide for this product as well. Nope, that was the wrong one. Don't use that one, please. Sorry. All right, cool. The FFIUL 2 Express agent guide is the one you're looking for. So if you have a client who has some medications or conditions you're concerned about, you can definitely take a peek at that. But the approval process should only take you about 5 minutes to get to, right? Just filling out the personal information, health and lifestyle questions, and them signing the app and you signing the app. That process alone takes about 5 minutes, and you're getting the approval within seconds from there. So pretty easy to get that. And then again, from there, you're locking in coverage and completing the app.
Hey, Scott, I have a quick question. So when do you find out if it's approved or not? At the end?
No, sir. In the middle of the app. right in the middle of the app. So again, the client's going to answer the health and the personal questions, name, date of birth, social security number. They're going to answer the health and the lifestyle questions. The client's going to sign the app either in person or virtually. You're going to sign the app. After you sign the app, you're going to get a notice either they got approved or they did not.
Okay, so it's going to come right on my screen.
That on your screen, yeah, it's gonna do a little circle thinking thing, and then boom, it's gonna say congratulations, Mr. Client, you've been approved, Mrs. Client, and from there, it's the quote tool is what it puts you on, and you'll put in the quote that they want to move forward with, and then there's one signature process at the end after you put in beneficiary and banking info. You do that signature process, and then that's it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. But the approval is in the middle. I mean, that's an actual approval. So it's approving a client up to $500,000 right then and there. If you quoted, you'll say you quoted 200,000, they get approved. You talk to them. Okay, let's figure this out. And then they decide, I want 400,000. They don't have to get approved again. They've already been approved up to 500,000.
Scott, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And that's very cool. They're already approved up to 500,000. I think everybody went silent because they were like, "What?" Okay. Does Transamerica have a product where a client might have a lump sum? I have a client who has an inheritance. She's got a lump sum. She wants to put it in something like this. That's a set it and forget it kind of thing, where maybe Transamerica divvies it out over so many years to keep it from mecking or whatever that is. I'm new to this. So I'm trying to work this through.
We could definitely, Chris, we could take that offline. It's a rare occasion. I'd just be honest with you. I think it's a rare occasion where that really works out with our products. I think there are some products out there on the market. I don't know who has them anymore, if they still do, but they had what they call like a premium holding fund or something like that account, and it literally, like you're talking about, they would take in whatever $100,000, but it would only fund the policy like $10,000 of premium each year for 10 years. We don't have that premium fund set aside, so when the 100,000 comes over for us, it's going right in as premium. And so for that reason, you're right. Like a lot of times it's going to mech a policy, or it's going to push the death benefit up so high that there's not enough cash value to sustain it. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy to take a look and see if we can find something that might work though.
Okay, great. I just need to talk to her about actually how much she wanted to put out there.
Sure.
Also, when earlier on you said when you were talking about the different IULs, you were saying that if they maximum fund it, hopefully they'll be able to take money out later on. The word "hopefully," you didn't really mean that, right?
I didn't mean that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's probably not well worded on my end. If
You
they're
meant
max,
they'll certainly be able to take money out.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If they're max funding, assuming Armageddon doesn't happen and the stock market doesn't go negative over and over for the next 15 years, they'll be okay.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chris, on that first question though, coming to mind, if the client would be open to something, like we have our traditional IUL that we can customize further, that if they would be open to like a 5 or 7 year pay, it performs really well with that. So if you wanted to look at something like that and they'd be open to it, that might be an option. The single pay, as you know, is just thank you, Michelle, premium deposit account. I could not remember that. Yeah. So if they wanted to look at something like that, we could definitely take a look.
But the client would be paying it themselves, right? Or would that be something? I think they're trying to just simplify their life at this juncture. Mm-hmm. They're in the upper 60s range.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just wanted it to go
Set and
somewhere.
forget it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's an EFT, you do an annual payment, it's kind of set it and forget it. But
Right, right.
you want to set your reminder to after the sixth or seventh payment, whatever, that
Yeah.
they take it off EFT, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's the unfortunate part. It's not an automated system in that sense.
Okay. All right. We'll take a look at that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Hey, Scott.
I think, yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Can you do me a favor and run a max funded illustration real quick?
Yeah, Bill's on the controls here. I'm gonna have to hop here pretty soon though. I've got another call, but Bill, are you able to pop over to that real quick for him?
Yeah, I'm able to hop over there, so I'll be able to hop over. So Scott, if you rolling out, I just want to say thank you so much. Much appreciate that. You know, we'll take it from here. This will be recorded, so for people to watch it. So, and guys, also Scott has a team that we work with too to do some one-on-ones or some trainings as well. I'll get that information over to you guys. So don't forget, you guys gotta have support and everything else here too. You can always email Scott any licensing issues or things like that you can't get through. You can always email me or Scott, and we'll put this back up on YouTube. It'll be unlisted, you know, for you guys, just for our group. And we appreciate it so much, Scott, for what you do. For us, you know, that's different even from other IMOs that are out there, that we could take this type of step-by-step personal training is really greatly needed, you know, to expand the business. And I'm looking forward to the instant issue term.
That's coming. Yeah, that's coming. We're hoping for probably maybe April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, because we're going to add that with all the health insurance that we're going to be doing that's coming out. So we want to add that to a lot of the new health. People are going to reshop, and we want to add that to a lot of the health insurance that's going out there. So really appreciate that. So, but hey, Scott, just thank you. I'm going to go ahead and show Paul that as well for like 2 minutes, and then we're going to end it so we can keep it under an hour. I just want to say thank you so much.
My pleasure. Hey, thank you for everybody's time today. Again, if you need anything at all, just give me a shout. Thanks, Bill. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, guys. So I'll switch it around and show you guys my screen. Just let me know if you can see it.
We're going to finish this one, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, I have a quick question. I didn't get a chance, and he may have gone over it. But when you are you picking whether it's going to be standard or preferred, or does the computer system, after you put that information, it tells you whether it's standard or preferred?
I'm glad you said that. So now check this out. So I know a lot of people want to do instant issue. It's just standard. If you got people that's very healthy, you have to go on the iGo and do it manually, do the IUL manually, and it can come up elite preferred or super preferred. You guys can get that rate as well. So if I go back just to show you guys see my screen?
Nope.
No.
Wait me a second.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You can see it now?
Yes.
All right. Just making sure. All right. So I got to get rid of this other meeting. All right. A lot going on here. All right. Can you see it now?
Right. Yes.
So if I go back to my dashboard, right, I would need to go to iGo. And if I go to iGo, because I want to put somebody in manually, or let's say they take a prescription. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I had to log in. So let's say, and I logged in, remember, on your agent. Either they're super preferred, right? I just know that they're super preferred. I can do it manually. If I want to do, express, it's quicker, but it's standard rate, and it's for people who may have a maintenance drug or something like that here and there. But if I catch somebody really, then I would do this. I'm gonna do it right in Maryland. So just to show Michelle, and then I'm gonna go back to you, Paul. So if I go to Maryland, product type, index IUL, all right, and I would just click on it, right? FFIUL, remember the choices for heavy people, it's going to put some money in and things like that that Chris was talking about. I want to put in this application, it's going to pop up. This is the basic application. It'll ask them their health. And you can put in there like super preferred, okay, or preferred elite. So just to let you know. Or if they are taking a couple of, and you did a risk assessment and they're taking a couple of prescriptions, but they said that it can go through, they're going to tell you to manually do it, because what you don't want is you don't want to put an FE Express in and they're taking like some type of diabetes drugs that they're going to question it. Remember, it's just an AI robot that's doing the FE Express because it's instant. The application only takes 10 minutes. So if you know they take a prescription, do this manually, guys, and just walk through the application, okay? And it has forms here too, if like a diabetes questionnaire form or something like that. If you're going to do IUL, it still could be up to the age of 70. So don't worry about it. Still up to the age of 70. Okay. All right. I just wanted to clear. Michelle, does that answer your question? Because I'm not going to go through.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Because now it put me in perspective how to use this and for whom, and to also maybe go through the risk assessment first.
Yeah, I will call, and
Hmm.
there is a special hotline. It's going to be, and I'll text it to you. I always call, hurry up, if they take anything. If they say, no, I don't take nothing, I'm healthy. Oh, okay, great. Or if they not healthy, then I'm going to go to quote, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put a child in, and the adult who's paying for it will be the payor, and they won't have the insurance, but they still will control the banking side, the investment
Hmm.
side of it. So either I'm going to do the juvenile or I'm going to do the adult. Sometimes I get with the adults, they're overweight or something that happens. I say, nah, I did a risk assessment. We need to put this on your son. Now, if they're going to put it on their grandkids, then you're going to have to get the insured, I'm sorry, their parents involved, and you're going to need their information. So just want y'all to know that. But Paul, for the sake of time, right, I'm just going to go to adult male,
Hmm.
just real quick.
Bill, I have a quick question
Sure.
in reference to the parents. Do the parents have to have insurance in order to if the grandparent do an IUL on the kid?
Yeah, you got to state it. It's stated. It's you're going to tell
Okay.
the company that yeah, the parents have like $300,000 in coverage, okay, from the job or something like that. All
Okay.
right.
Then now, does the coverage have to be? Does the parents' coverage have to be no more than? I mean, no less than what the kid is being covered for?
I think half like
Okay.
the kids is like because the kids can only get up to I think 300,000 for the
Okay. Okay.
juveniles. All right,
So the parents need to have at least 150.
at least 150. Yeah, at
Okay. Got
least 150. But if you did it manually, they can get more. The juveniles can get more if they do it
it. Okay.
manually. But that's just the express, you know.
Okay.
So Paul, what you say? Maximum cash value,
Yeah.
and then you would just go. Some people want to know how much, monthly premium and all that. You have to put that in. If it's 200
Yeah.
a
I
month,
understand that part.
yeah, then you go to customize, when do you want it to, the premium duration. Most of the time, my clients is 65. I can show the income and everything. When do they want to withdraw? I want to start withdrawing it at 65 or 66, and they want to withdraw from there. Most people pick graded. Okay. He went over that already. All right. And then I can look at everything. I can look at some of the numbers down here, and then I can hit illustration here, but something's popping up as a message. So, but that's how I would do it. From there, you see the non-guarantee rates, and I could save the start application or save the application, download the illustration. Okay, when I need to download it, and
So,
I can email that over to people.
so hold on. I just go over to the right and hit the illustration, correct?
That's correct. So now I can get the full illustration because I hit calculate. Make sure you guys hit calculate when you do the customize. Just make sure you hit calculate. Because the premium duration, when do you want it to end? You know? So I start the distribution at 65. I can start withdrawing money up to 20 years of income. I got it as graded, so we know what that means. And then I'll hit calculate, and then I can download the illustration. Okay. And I'll just put John Doe, right? Generate full illustration. And then you guys can just email it over to the client. If they say yay, say, okay, we can fill out the application. The health questions, either A, is, it's going to text over to them, or you can have it emailed to them. So an illustration just pop up, their name, everything on there, and you can show them everything. You can go through the whole policy, with them and everything on there. You can add riders, I just wanted, for the sake of time, to show you guys that.
Okay.
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 All right. So this is kind of like a messed up policy illustration will lapse in year 32. So we don't want to do that.
Bill, is this to have the same riders attached to it as the other company we talked about before?
Yeah. This one has tons. Let me show you guys this.
I mean, do we have to add them? Or are they included automatically?
Some of them are included automatically. Some of them you have to add. So if we look at the manual one, there's more riders over here. And if you look at the FF Express, there's the riders right here: chronic, critically, terminal illness, overloan protection, which is great. I usually do a lot of overloan protection, so they can take out money right away. Their surrender fee is very small with Transamerica, which I love. And then the will, living will, power of attorney, if it's over 250, that's on there. If I want to give them income protection or some other things that they super preferred, then I'm going to go the manual way, and I'm just going to key everything in. I can still email them and text them. It just takes me 10 more minutes, guys. I could do it in 20 minutes. Michelle, you see the preferred elite, preferred plus, preferred?
Yes.
Yeah. So juvenile's still here too. And juvenile's over here. So you guys can still do it. But if they're higher risk, or you just want to give them a more death benefit, just more death benefit, preferably it'll give them more death benefit than anything. You just want to hurry up and get them out the way. You got somebody real quick. You see, then do the FE Express, the final expense, the FFIUL Express. Okay.
Hey, Bill, let me ask you a question. When would you use optimal switch?
I mean, I would use it depending if people want to put more money in it, after a period of time. If they thinking that they're going to get some more money, lump sums like 5 years from now, then you can switch it up. But you got to talk to the client about that, and you can read it all to them. You could go to I have better forms to explain optimal switch, but you should tell your clients about graded level optimal switch. Some clients, this is a real investment vehicle. They want to put more money in. They might want to borrow against the policy. They might want to take out some money in a certain period of time, put money back in there to refund it. So you're going to have that. So that's an optimal switch.
Okay. So most likely it's going into graded then.
Yeah, most likely, most of the time it's going to be graded, so it stays concurrent, and it's just gaining interest. So most of the time people are going to want that because the premium is always going to be the same. No matter if it's $100 a month, it's always going to be that for graded. Okay.
Okay.
Now, also, if you want to give them less face amount, 25,000, they still get a FFIUL, and you notice the FE Express is at 50, right? Notice the age. I can give an IUL up to 85. Did y'all see that?
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that.
Okay. Yeah. Just got to be healthy. They're a healthy 85-year-old, they can get it. Okay.
Wow.
Conversions. If somebody's going to convert, which I don't know why, to a term, they can convert it with the FFIUL. And you guys see everything else on here. Direct bill. After they take it out, ACH, the client can elect direct bill. Federal allotment. They can take it out of their federal for payroll deduction, Western Union and everything, okay? So we get some federal employees with 457Bs. You guys can do that, but you have to manually do it, okay?
I have a quick question, Bill. How long does it take to get a regular FIUL approved?
Oh, so the regular IUL can take 4 hours to 4 days.
Okay.
And
Okay,
the
well, that's
longest
not too bad.
yeah, the longest I had one was for about a week. And that's because
Okay.
they had issues. I mean, now they got it so down packed. They have it so tight knit. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
they were finding stuff in the background. So if you get some people and they asking questions because they found something, okay,
Mm-hmm.
annual. So that can drag it on. CJ, you can explain more. How'd you go through that? You guys can talk on here. You guys are still on here. She's off. So okay. So some people jumping off. So hey guys, listen, let's convene on this again. We're gonna do some more training. I don't want to make the YouTube too long, but you guys can always call me and call them as well, and we can get through more of this. There's comparison grids here. We just went through some comparisons, with Final Expense. Remember, Final Expense, they got a preferred product with immediate solutions over here. It's a preferred product. So if you get some preferred Final Expense, over 65, you can do that too as well. And I go for that Final Expense. And then of course, the Final Expense Express, I always show people, hey, here's the issues. Transamerica is taking a lot of risk against like other companies like American Amicable, Ascendo, which is CVS Foresters, and Mutual of Omaha. And the pricing, if they're over 62, 65 years old, their pricing is pretty much better. And they have all these conditions. Look at all these conditions right here. And they can get a policy, and you got a lot of knockouts over here with the other competitors. Mutual is really for people that's very healthy. You know,
I'm not seeing that for some reason. I don't know. I'm on my phone. I'm not seeing.
you don't see it. You'll see it on your
Okay.
you'll
Okay.
you'll see it on your computer if you don't see this one. But oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me share that. This screen right here. Okay, you see that comparison for final expense. So
I
other
see it now.
companies, yeah,
Hmm.
you can see their ages, you can see telephone interviews and all that stuff. They have the best instant issue product because they're taking more risks. So if you look at it, select means first day, and you see guaranteed issue, return of premium. You see with Mutual of Omaha graded, COPD graded, diabetes, heart attack, hepatitis, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, lupus, all graded with Mutual. You know, and guess what? First day coverage with trans, and the price is $2 cheaper. See? And this is for a 70-year-old male, 15,000. Okay. So if they're over 62, the prices are really good for FE Express. Just telling you guys that. You guys will load me up with chats all that. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna let this go. I'm gonna stop the share, and we'll get back up to you guys and have some more trainings coming out, okay? So I'm
Thank you,
going
Bill.
to thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for everything you do.